Hi, hello everybody. I am your androgynous android game show host from the future, Nathan Blades. I'm just checking my ear that I'm the right volume. I appear to be. Wonderful. Hi. Right, with that out the way, hello. This has been a little while since we've done one of these, which is very exciting. The last handful of streams that we have done on the Neon Caster have been tabletop RPG focused. Which I love, tabletop RPGs is something I design and love to play. But it has been so long since we've done a video game book club, and I really enjoy doing these, and I've been building up actually a pretty big backlog of games to run for this stream format. So let's break it down for those who are tuning in or watching this in post wherever you are, whatever temporality you are. What book club is. We run two of them on the show, Cyberpunk Book Club and Urban Fantasy Book Club. On those, we play through a narrative-focused video game in those genres, and we talk about the themes that are in them, the way that they display those themes, how we can be inspired by that game in our own work, and what it means, what this game's take is on the genre as a whole. Why do we do this? It's because despite me loving video games a whole lot, I am not very good at them. I cannot play them well or fast, so I figure the best way to play video games and share how excited I am about them and the wide range of games that are on offer is to play them as though they were media texts, which is, I think fun and refreshing, maybe. Normally there would be people joining me on stream. At the moment it is just me. I will be going solo and voicing everybody in this visual novel, which is something I enjoy doing, but we'll see how far we get. I might need to take a water break depending on how intense we go, although other members of Phantom Arts might jump into chat later on. Actually, well, let's go or at least highlight. How professional me doing this live on air, but it's all good. This is just a preamble. This is just us settling in for a couple hours of play. So yes, on a regular episode of Book Club, in this case, Urban Fantasy Book Club. Urban Fantasy Book Club, that's an interesting idea. We, before we get into the game proper, we go and have a little bit of a chat about what the game is and some of the themes that we might expect. Then we're going to go play the game for a couple of hours, have some fun voicing our characters, discussing the ideas as we go, talking about whatever media theory and experience, how we're inspired by other pieces of work. And then at the end of that slice of about 2 to 3 hours, this is probably going to be about 2, we can return to this page. We'll talk about the ideas that we can take away and what this game says about the genre that it's in. So Coffee Talk is actually a game I know like really surface level information about. Last time we did a book club game, a Cyberpunk book club. We played Valhalla, a Cyberpunk bartending simulator, which is all about working in a futuristic bar, the members of public drifting in, sometimes with troubles, sometimes without, all of them really bold personalities, and as you serve them drinks, you chat with them a little bit about their backstory, what's driven them to their current circumstances. You get to find out a bit more about them, and through conversations with them organically learn about the world, which actually is really cleverly written. So to talk about the themes that we expect, well, we can start off, I think, with talking about expressing ourselves over drinks. Following on from VA11 4A. typifying the genre? Maybe. There's definitely games like Cart Life and similar, maybe Papers, Please, where it's like mundane jobs with character building, which is actually probably the best way of putting it. World building of the setting. Yes. So yeah, I definitely am going to be playing this with a mind of looking at how this might measure up to Valhalla, which is maybe a really cruel way of looking at a video game, actually, to look at it specifically and comparing it to something else, because, you know, lots of games are unique in design. They're trying to stand on their own. We are kind of in an era of X clones. Everybody talks about Dark Souls clones, or maybe Slay the Spire clones and things like that. And this might, in a way, be pulling quite heavily from Valhalla. But to look at those similarities is also to be looking at those differences and see what the game does to kind of stand upon its own unique experience. I think the other thing, the themes that we expect, especially from the What Is This Game, which is the blurb that's been visually there and I have not read aloud dramatically, and maybe doing it late in the game is not especially professional, but let's do it now anyway. Coffee Talk is a game about listening to people's problems and helping them by serving up a warm drink out of the ingredients you have in stock. It is a game that depicts lives as humanly as possible while having a cast that is more than just humans. Which is maybe a little dry way of talking about the game. This is actually apparently an alternate universe Seattle with Dungeons and Dragons fictional species existing. There might be, there'll definitely be an elf. There might be a tiefling. Who knows whether tieflings are a Dungeons and Dragons Wizards of the Coast IP, and whether they're just going to be called like sexy demons or something. But I expect there's going to be a lot of that. I wonder if there's going to go as far as like animal people, or whether it's just going to be people but with, you know, purple faces. So fictional humanoid species. Human. Maybe exploring doors as a result. So, in Dungeons and Dragons, and pretty much any piece of high fantasy work that has humans and then magical fantasy species of not human, I try not to call them races for really obvious reason, actually, in this conversation, where exploring racism and oppression topics by using an abstracted form of humanity. So rather than talking about human race relations between different nationalities, talking about the rivalry between elves and dwarves, or how orcs behave in the general population and things like that. And that can be, depending on that's handled, quite dangerous is the wrong word, but risky, maybe let's say risky, since it can trying to apply real-world concepts with the thin veneer of people being painted green or having pointy ears does not necessarily get at the meat of the socio-political issue, but it is, or it does feel safer for many people to explore. So we'll see whether this game is going to go into that. As I understand, Coffee Talk does explore LGBT characters and themes, which is nice. Always love a gay video game. So it's interesting that they might be going in with that and talking about maybe those kind of explorations of relationships. But whether they're going to be talking about anything bolder than that, and whether they're going to be using fantasy races to do it, is definitely something that we will be digging up. I think one last theme, and this is maybe a bit of a gamble. I don't know the game super well. I've not had I would be playing this entirely blind on some of these streams. I will have played a little ways into the game already, so I get a vibe for the game, and maybe showing off a part of the game that isn't widely recorded, but under this particular instance I'll be playing it from the start. I know that similar to Valhalla, you are going to be making your drinks as you go. And I wonder, with the high fantasy element, whether there are going to be themes of like alchemy and potion making. Alchemy and potion making as a barista. You know, taking this high concept, high fantasy thing of making potions and then applying it to a really mundane thing like pulling macchiatos for Karens. Yeah, whether it meshes those ideas together. The idea of mixing drinks and making coffee and stuff as alchemy is actually something I'm quite interested in. One of the tabletop RPGs that I've had knocking around in the back of my head for quite a while, Bar Apothecary, is specifically about exploring that experience, making magical cocktails to solve problems. And that was definitely inspired by Valhalla back when I played that. Inspired by animes like Bartender, which is very much about kind of like a slice of life family dramas being solved by alcohol. And this game too may inspire. Not necessarily a theme that we expect, but something that I recognize about this game. I got the soundtrack to the game before I started playing it proper, and the soundtrack of this game is amazing. Soundtrack of this game is very, very cool, and I like it a lot. So we are definitely going to be getting a bit of that. Oh, probably get that back on. Yeah, the music in this game is very, very good. Super relaxing. I've used it in a couple of tabletop streams that I've done. And I am looking forward to playing the game's soundtrack in its context. There's always something about enjoying the game's soundtrack out of the context of the game and enjoying it in the game, and sometimes the meaning of those songs changes a little bit. You know, Nier Automata is a fantastic video game with a fantastic soundtrack, but there are certain songs in that game that mean more to me having experienced those songs, playing them in the game first rather than listening to the soundtrack. It's probably interesting nowadays. I think those are all the themes that I specifically kind of are having about the game at the moment. We're going to switch to gameplay, play for a couple hours, and then we're going to return to this, see whether these themes and predictions about the themes explored are going to be correct, because they might not always be. They haven't always been in the past. And then we're going to go and talk about what kind of ideas we can take away and apply it into our own work. But without further ado, let's go look at Coffee Talk. Making sure that is appearing on stream. Yes, it is. Marvelous. I had to be able to set up the resolution and game volume, booted up the game in advance, so we're not going from the OG title screen. This is just from the kind of sub-menu I've already set up my character. I did do an audio check before to make sure that my voice levels are correct and not garbage, but if I am too quiet, please do let me know, so I can adjust my own volume against the game. But without further ado, let's get into it. A game by Toge Productions, Seattle 2020. A city filled with dreams and madness. A time when the great war between races is but a footnote in history. So, we are already going for those high fantasy species using races specifically, that's interesting. A time when anyone can dream of being whatever they want to be. And have those dreams crushed before they can even be discussed. But still, it is a place and time where anything can happen. See the vibes. It is when the elves have left the forest to build their startups, when the dwarves have emerged from their caves to start their automotive empires, when the orcs have put down their axes and started using computers to improve their lives. So these are all very much stereotypes from the D&D school of fantasy species. Interesting. And when humans live among them, as driven as ever, it is a city that holds many dreams and stories of its people. Most of these stories are left untold. But some few find solace in the embrace of bricks and wood and glass. They are told over drinks, then take up residence in some stranger's memories. In one corner of the city stands a coffee shop. The pixel on this game is actually really nice. A place that is only open when the sun is sleeping. A place where people share their stories. And these are their stories. Coffee Talk. Tuesday, September 22nd, 2020. Oh, I guess this is in my own voice. Welcome. Oh, it's you. Hey, Acosta. How's the night so far? I wonder how many character voices we're going to go through over the course of this game. We'll see. It's calm, as usual. We've got a slight problem, though. Huh? What happened? My supplier made some logistical errors. I don't have half of my ingredients today. That's a bummer. Don't worry. I can still serve the caffeine you desperately need. That's good to hear. Anyway, let me set things up first. You're our first customer, after all. Don't worry, take your time. Oh. Thanks, Pixie. I will be doing my best for the character range. These are always good voice acting training, I find, doing these. So it'll be nice to. The layout on this one is neat. I think I'm going to be pushing myself for doing fancier layouts as I go. When some of the casual streams I've been doing recently have had more adventurous layouts, so I think the next urban fantasy book club I do will have a nicer framing. But this color scheme is nice, right? I'm a writer, not an editor, so I'm used to taking things slow. Huh? Writer's block again? You got that right. What are you writing now? Do you remember my plan to? Pardon the interruption. The machine is ready. Do you want your triple shot espresso now? Yes, please. And if you forget how to make it, just check your phone, okay? Oh, thank you. I like my voice. As you know, it's a smooth, soulful voice. But maybe hopefully I'll have a character shot where I can kind of do that voice. That'll be nice. Anyway, I really need that triple shot espresso. Alright, let's check my phone. Brewpad. So, in Valhalla, this had a very similar kind of experience where you'd have a chat, and then you would get to the drinks making phase, where you have to rifle through your ingredients and find the correct drink. So, this is a triple shot espresso, which I assume is just 3 doses of coffee. So I can just click coffee 3 times. And then hit brew. And then we get some fancy pixel art. Espresso! So there's going to be instances maybe where I get it wrong and I can trash it and start over, but only a fixed number of times. So this is actually a bit more gamey than Valhalla. Valhalla, as long as you were following all the instructions, it was kind of really difficult to make the incorrect drink. There were maybe 3 or 4 instances where they give you something obscure, but mostly it was quite driven. So I wonder if there's going to be an instance where I have to experiment here to go and make an interesting drink. But let's serve this espresso. 1 cup of triple shot espresso, special for my only customer tonight. That aroma. Exactly what I need. Anyway, where are we? Your plan to do something. Yes, that. It's not that I hate writing stories for the newspaper, you know, but it seems like the right time for something bigger. Oh god, I feel that. As somebody who's worked in both newspapers and the broadcasting industry, sometimes there's only so long you can work in a specific role before you start hungering, you know. So, a novel? Yes. It sounded so simple when I was making the plan. At least you still have your job, in case things go awry. Oh, did I say something wrong? No, you're right. You said something I should have thought about myself. What are you talking about? You know who owns the Evening Whispers, which I assume is the newspaper she writes for? GRA Media, right? Yes. And they are also the biggest book publisher in the country. So, when an opportunity presented itself, I took it. What do you mean by opportunity? Well, I bumped into one of the big guys in the elevator, so naturally I pitched my book idea. Come on, don't look at me like that. Are you for real? Yeah, I know, it was such a stupid thing to do. Actually, no, I think that's fair. Be on your hustle, actually, you know. There's so many opportunities by just running into other people in the industry and having told them that I'm working on things. And then you make connections that way, so yeah, go get it, Fred. So, how did they react? Thankfully, he'd seen my short stories, so he challenged me. If I can get a draft ready in a month, he'll pull some strings. And get the fiction publishing division to sign me up for a publishing deal. That sounds great! What about your job at the Evening Whispers? Do you have time to do both? That's the hard part. I've been secretly working on the novel during office hours. I've totally done that before with tabletop projects. It's realness. Sometimes you gotta get the creativity out in the moments when you're doing your other day job. And I'm falling behind on the newspaper's deadlines. That I don't do so much, but I respect the hustle. If the chief finds out, she'll probably kick me out. Ouch. Well, at least you've got a month to finish the initial draft. That was last week. Again, don't look at me like that. The expressions in this game are quite cute. How far along are you? I can assume the number of words you've written is not too far from 0. Hey, that's rude. I've written some stuff, you know. May I see it? Well, it was so bad that, well, after reading it, I decided to just delete everything immediately. So, 0. Yeah. I really need to finish it at most 2 weeks. Then I'll use that extra week to polish and do some editing. Sounds like a plan. If you can pull it off. I know. You don't need to be so cynical about it. That's why I'm here today. I'm hoping to find some inspiration. I wrote some of my best short stories here, you know. Really. Glad this place could be of service. Oh, it looks like someone's coming. I think I'm also gonna go and get my bowl of water. Hang on a second. I can already tell that staying hydrated across this is gonna be important. Welcome. I don't know. I don't know whether it's just because she's got the kind of sultry demon horn thing vibe going on. Whether we should make her a bit more soft and sultry. Let's go for that, shall we? Hi there. Hello. Good evening. For here, miss? Yes, please. Not really sure what to order though. What do you recommend? Well, it depends pretty highly on your mood. I'm just here to meet my boyfriend. Not planning to be awake all night, so definitely no coffee. How about something chocolatey? Oh, it's perfect for this weather. It's raining outside, I guess. That's a good idea, actually. Thank you. You're welcome. Anything with chocolate in, please. Alright, let's look at our menu. So we have dark chocolate, which is just all the chocolate. We can also experiment. So we have some basic ones, and then there's variants that we can discover over time. So, let's be spicy and do some inventing, shall we? Let's go for chocolate milk. Let's see what that turns into. Ooh, I'm being boosted. Thank you. Milk chocolate. Ooh, I can do latte art. Nice. Oh, I have to do it myself. Okay. And then I'm gonna etch it by doing this. A, it's, why is this a thing I get to do? That's wild. Turn it to pour milk. Then I can etch this as well. This looks absolutely awful, but let's serve it. There we go. One cup of chocolatey goodness. Thank you. So warm. So, you're waiting for your boyfriend? Yes, he should be here soon. Looky now. You went from empty to 3 customers in one night. I thought this place would be more crowded, considering it's the only coffee shop that's still open after midnight around here. Because it's the only coffee shop, because it's the only coffee shop that still opens past midnight, it's mostly empty. Now that you mention it, it's good for business having the coffee shop only open at night. Definitely not. Yep, what she said. Then why? I just love doing it. And there's always someone longing for a warm drink at this hour. That's fascinating. Pardon me for asking, but how can you survive running the coffee shop like this? That's a secret. Costco's damn rich, that's the secret. Oh, really? She's exaggerating. Don't worry about it, Costa can manage. I'm sure this place isn't going bankrupt anytime soon. So you'll still have a weird, quiet place to meet up at night. That's good to hear. By the way, are you a regular here? I don't really have anywhere else to go. I'm a writer who works best at night and in a coffee shop. Not so many options for that. No wonder. She's a pretty good writer, you know. You can find some of her stories in the Evening Whispers. Shut up! Wow, that's really interesting. What kind of things do you cover? I cover the stories of people around town. Personal, interesting, weird stories. I also contribute to their short stories. I love their fiction. You wrote those stories? Thank you. I wrote most of them, but not all. That's so cool. Then, are you here to write a new piece? I should be. But I don't even really know what to write about. Ah, this must be the boyfriend. Ooh. Look at this hipster motherfucker. I wonder the t-shirt that he's wearing, I wonder if that's like, you know, buying a t-shirt with like hiragana across it, but it's an elvish. Welcome. Well, I was gonna go for a deep voice for a guy, but I don't know whether this guy's really that. I don't think he really meets that criteria. I think he's more of a posh boy. Yes, I think he's comes from quite a noble background, as in a lot of stereotypical high fantasy elves are wont to do. Hi. Sorry to keep you waiting. It's okay. I had a nice chat with the fine folks here. Hi there. Hello. Hi, would you like to order something? Surprise me. What kind of an order is that? Well, I don't really know what to order. Do you have any preferences, sir? Something better to keep me awake with milk. Oh, and draw some latte art on top. Okay. So I think cafe latte is already kind of in here. So we've got coffee, and then we're going to do milk twice. Or maybe it should be a cappuccino. That's got lots of bitter. We're going to brew that. And we're going to do the latte art. Okay. So let's pour the milk and do big circle. And then we're going to do the line in the middle. And we're going to go and do this. Oh, that didn't really work that well at all. There we go. I have no idea how they do latte art in real life, but but that looks something like what they're supposed to look like, right? Serve it. Here's your order. Is this what you call latte art? That's cute. Yeah, well, whatever. Perfect. Anyway, I was distracted by some work, plus there's the rain. It's okay, babies. I was having a nice chat with them. Oh yeah, I haven't properly introduced myself. I'm Bailey's. Oh my, where are my manners? I haven't introduced myself either. My name is Lua. I'm Freya. Nice to meet both of you. I'm Caster. Hey, did you know that Freya is a writer for the Evening Whispers? Oh really? I've done some work for them a few times. Oh, what kind of work? I'm a freelance designer and illustrator. He's a hipster. I say, having done that kind of work before. I've done some caricatures and infographics for the paper. I assume you're in contact with Steve. Yep, he's a nice guy to work with. Oh, really? No, he isn't. But I've dealt with worse clients. Way worse. Yeah, I'm glad he's in the design and visuals department. I wouldn't be able to stand working with him directly. Come on. He's tough to deal with, but definitely not the worst. Oh, of course. No matter how deep you go, there's always another layer of hell. How do you deal with bad customers here? The only bad customers this late at night are lost drunks or criminals. That sounds really bad. They're easy to handle. That's because you're good with your fists. Not as good as your coffee-making skill, though. But thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. You're welcome. Anyway, I really need to start writing, whatever it is I'm going to write. So, I'll leave you two in the hands of our friendly neighborhood barista. Where are you going to write? Oh, not far. Just over at that table in the corner, next to the windows. That's my spot. Oh, okay. Have fun. I'll try. Good luck. Thanks. Should we move to other seats too? Nah, here's good. Okay then. So, how was your day? It was fine. Work was nothing special. I finished my proposal early so I could get out of the office. Plus, my boss was in a really good mood all day. I thought your boss was always a happy-go-lucky person. Well, he is. But today he was happier than usual. Not sure what happened, but it was great seeing him smile so much. What about you? Any problems with your latest client? Yeah, but this one's a pain in the ass. You know those memes that depict terrible clients? Well, she fits all the bills. I could go on forever complaining about her, but that won't help me a bit. You should make a meme about her. And lose my current project for a minute of laughter? That might be worth it. You should ask Caster about how to deal with annoying clients. Oh yeah? How do you usually deal with annoying customers? Look at this smug bitch. Look at his eyebrows. Oh my god. The ones you don't need your fists to take care of. I do have my own methods, but it wouldn't be wise to talk about customers to other customers. Now that's one good lesson to learn for the day. Oh, phone call. Yeah, video games mentioning memes is an interesting thing for my lungs. There was a particular era in like the mid to late 2000s where it was really popular. Guacamelee comes to mind. That is just doused in direct memes, like referencing Doge and things like that, and video game references. But there's something about talking about memes like this, where it's just in the game world, I guess is going for authenticity. You know, people go to coffee shops to chat about memes and stuff like that, and that, I guess that makes it feel real. Even if you do have like demon girls and elves in your setting. I'm still wondering about that, by the way. It feels quite superficial currently, the fact that she's purple and has horns. I wonder if that's actually gonna come up at all. Your parents? Yeah, yes. So you've talked to them? I did. And it didn't end well? No. What did they say? Well, they won't give us a chance at all? Anyone but an elf. Ah, yeah, there we go. Fancy racism. Here we go. That's what we're getting. This white guy's oppressed, lads. That's what they said. How about you? More or less the same. I got into a fight with my old man. That's why I'm staying at Farron's place now. They kicked you out? You don't have to do this, you know. They're your family. I can't stand even one more second of being part of them. I might not have stable income, but I can manage. But still, you don't know what they said about you last night. I'm sorry. What did they say about me? Or my race, I assume. Forget it. No, I want to know. Just the same old shit. It's fun saying shit in a posh accent. The same old shit. Mumbling about how elves are holy creatures, about our immortality, about how even if I outlive you... what? Nothing. About how you outlive me. No other elves would want to be with an elf. That's already been tainted by a lowly succubus. Ah, so they can't have tieflings, they're succubi instead, sure. That's exactly what they said. So, this is it then. The end of our relationship. It doesn't have to be. I guess the sultry voice was apropos then. Fun. You know our families will never agree. We can just continue like this? Or what do you mean? I don't need to know that we're still dating. We can just continue the way we've always been, without them knowing. And then what? Do you want to be hiding our relationship for the rest of eternity? We're not like humans, you know. We can't just elope. And you won't get permission because you're too old. Lua, I don't care about their permission. I'll be glad to sever my family ties if I have to. I can't let you do that. You'll lose your immortality. If I do get to spend my life with you, I don't mind. I don't mind a bit. You're making this hard for both of us. Do you feel happy when you're with me? Of course I do. Then you don't need any more reasons. You know we're perfect for each other. You don't even need to look deep down. Trust me. We can do this together. Does that tone feel disingenuous because I'm doing it in a posh voice? I think this is probably being sincere, but I wonder if my spin on his character is maybe colouring this a little. I can't think clearly about this right now. We'll talk later. Lua, wait. I'm sorry you had to listen to our problems. That's alright. This coffee shop has seen all sorts of stories. I do hope yours will have a happy ending, though. I hope so, too. Do you have any alcohol? Sadly, no. That's a bummer. Well, do you have anything that's warm and can calm me down? Do you like green tea lattes? Green tea lattes? I'll take one. I've seen green tea milk. Yeah. And he does seem to like latte art, so let's try and do that. I quite like green tea lattes myself. They're fun. Okay, so it's kind of going wiggly woo as you go all the way down. And then you use the etch, and then you draw a line through the middle, and that kinda looks right. That kinda looks like a thing. I might need to do wider wiggles. So here's a green tea latte. Ah, this is good. Thank you for this. By the way, are you married? Oh god, no. Me? No. Do you have someone you love? Well, in real life? Maybe. I won't tell it. I love this coffee shop. But I'm sure that's not the answer you're looking for. I didn't really have any expectations. Man, out of all the people in the world, why did I fall for her? You can't choose who you fall in love with. You can if you try hard enough. At least that's what my old man said. He really is one pretentious elf. I guess all of them are. Entitled, pretentious, immortal douchebags. At least you have an eternity to learn and change. Or an eternity to be an eternal asshole. Anyway, I need to go now and probably drink myself under until the sun rises. There's still a while until sun rises. More time to drink then. See you around. See you too, Miss Freda. Thank you. Do visit again. Okay. You were listening from the corner? Yeah. Poor souls. I hope they find a way to be together. Yeah, me too. Anyway, I need to leave. I need to get up earlier than usual tomorrow. Okay. I think I'm going to close up shop after this. That's pretty early. I know. After the rest of the deliveries come in tomorrow, I'll open as usual. Okay, you have a good night then. You too. Oh man. Back and forth voicing these is an interesting challenge, especially since I do it at speed. Blacker than a moonless night. Hotter and more bitter than hell itself, which I believe is a quote from Godot in Phoenix Wright 3. What a reference. Okay. I guess it auto saves, or is it going to give me a chance to save? Wednesday, September 3rd, 2020. I guess this is in the future then, huh? Zombie virus from Africa may have reached Seattle. Huh. So, what's giving me light pause here is that there is something of existing tropes of, I mean, even historically, talking about things that, this is maybe a tangent, I don't know, because this game really wants to go and take real-world concepts and slather fantasy on top of them. Historically, disease tracking, especially stuff like the AIDS crisis, had a whole lot of, you know, it's from Africa, a location the West does not understand. And yeah, that can be a bit heavy-handed, especially since I guess this is supposed to be like a Resident Evil 5 reference. Although, I don't know, of all the games that you might want to reference, I'm not quite sure Resident Evil 5 is one of them. Can we get elaboration on that? No. Seattle groceries distribution problems harm local restaurants. I have a feeling that's probably going to come up. FIRE acronym plans to enforce stricter regulations to manage illegal immigration. So the big topics. Big track. Okay. Good evening. Oh, good gracious. What's wrong with you? Can you just enter like a normal customer? I'm sorry, but I'm so excited to share this with you. What are you talking about? Oh, I know what to write for my novel. Oh, is it one of your impulsive temporary ideas again? Hey, don't be rude. I'm being serious here. Okay, just tell me. What are you going to write about? This coffee shop. Huh. What? I'm going to write stories about the coffee shop and the people who come here. You for real? Yes! What if I say that you can't do that? I'm not asking permission. That's a breach of the customer's personal lives, you know. Relax, I know that. I just need some inspiration from this place. With the stories themselves will be loosely based on what I hear and see. How loosely based? Knife Walker novel versus movie level loosely based. I guess that's I wonder if that's referencing an existing book and novel series, we'll see. The old one? Of course I'm talking about the old one. That's already very different, you know. You can't get more different than that. I mean, it's not like I can tell you not to write about a coffee shop, right? No, you can't. Although you can just ban me from coming. Okay, you're banned. Huh? What? Just kidding. I wouldn't do that to my most loyal customer. Very funny. Thanks for not banning me, though. Anyway, I'm really too excited to see who's going to come tonight. And what kind of stories they'll have. go. Exhausted, man. Good evening, y'all. Oh yeah, he's I mean, I feel qualified as a black man to do a soulful black man voice, so let's go for this one. Good evening, Officer Georgie. Hey, Pap. Seems like you're in high spirits this evening, Miss Freya. Please, Caster, no need to be that formal with me. We're both on duty here. And it's the formalities. You're as stiff as ever. Anyway, I have a shift today, so I'll be the usual. You have all the ingredients today? Not everything, but more than yesterday. Except for tea. Amounts of tea. You still remember my favorite, right? Coffee, with a hint of sweetness. You got that right. Make sure to not use milk. Yeah. Thanks to your Tomodachi profile, everyone knows you're lactose intolerant, Georgie. Anyway, a cup of sweet, healthy coffee, please. So we have honey now. Okay, so let's go coffee, honey. Brew. With no milk, I can't do latte art for this one, not until I unlock soy, I guess. Honey coffee. Serve it. Coffee with honey for the man on duty. Oh man, this track's a jam. I like the camera for this. I don't have camera feed, but I'm currently vibing. Not everyone can manage this combination as well as you. Thank you. By the way, I haven't ordered anything myself. Provide me with service like you gave the pop here, please. But you haven't. You still need to ask, huh? You never know. Espresso, of course. The one and only espresso. Alright, coffee. It's blackest night. The starless night sky for the green-haired fairy. I'm not even sure if that's a compliment or not. This is perfect. So how's everything going at the paper, Miss Freya? As usual. Awful. She's making a risky deal with her boss. Yeah, pretty much. What kind of deal? A possibly life-altering deal. A very dangerous one at that. Okay. A deal she regretted. Not that much. Folks, seriously. Care to share the details properly? You tell him. She's secretly using her working hours to do something else. Something like writing her novel. You got balls, I can tell you that. She does. Gee, thank you. So how's the leap of faith going so far? It's not slowing down, that's for sure. And I haven't seen any safe haystacks to fall into. Good luck with that. Don't worry, she's not losing her job, at least not yet. Her life will be pretty hard if she messes this thing up, though. Thank you for the reminder. So yeah, as Caster said, my editor-in-chief doesn't know about it yet, but my novel is going to be published by... But our novel is going to be published by our parent company anyway. So technically I'm still doing work for the company. She'll be really pissed if she finds out, though. Wait, is stealing time a crime? I mean, depends on your opinion on capitalism, I suppose. Technically, I might have to arrest you. There we go. This is his voice. Consistency, Nathan. Hey, you do it all the time too. Those are just coffee breaks. Sometimes they might take longer than they're meant to. But still, coffee breaks. You're making me feel worse by saying that. You should feel bad. Stop adding salt to the wound, okay? It's just fact. I'm not sure whether this will make you feel better or not, but if your writing career goes up in flames, the police force is always looking for people with balls as big as yours. ACAB, dude. Fuck police. Just don't mention that you like to do other things during working hours. I want to say thanks, but I feel I should be offended. I'm sure you'll do just fine, Miss Freya. I wonder if casting the cop as a black guy was a bit of a couching measure. I wonder. Do you have any idea what you're gonna write? I have, actually. Oh, good. What'll it be about? A coffee shop and the stories people tell inside. there's no stopping her. What's wrong? Please don't write about any shady-looking police officers who love to take breaks more than they should. Please don't write about any shady-looking police officers who love to take breaks more than they should inside the coffee shop. No, the poster. That's a big sentence. I will definitely write about that police officer. He'll make a good comedic character. Was that a compliment, or are you making fun of me, eh? I would call that a compliment. Is it? I don't think so. Hey, what do you have against me tonight? Caster is just probably worried about losing customers due to breach of privacy. Come on, it's not like I'll be using any real names. And I'll dramatize most things I've heard, of course. That's even worse. Here's the thing. Stories I've heard, they'll only be the inspiration for what I write. By the way, as someone stationed here, I assume you've heard a lot of stories from the people around here, right? No. Come on! Nope. No. You helped me once with one of the stories I wrote for the paper, the one about the secretly rich beggar hanging around a block. I'm sure you can give me other interesting tips. I helped you more than once, actually. What? Really? Now it's my turn to say, come on. What stories are you talking about? You asked for information about the busker, the one who's always playing guitar, the one who's always playing his guitar, always got Rose with him. He was in the opening cutscene. Oh yeah, that guy. Yes, poor guy. Hearing about your girlfriend passing during an investigation is, but no. It's hard. He took it quite well, to be honest. It was hard, but at least you gave him closure. He never complained that you used his story for the paper. I got his blessing before giving it to the editors. Well, at least he's become more popular since the article was published. More income for someone in his line of work. The fact that those were two beggars, I assumed that they were the same person for a hot second. I think they're different people. Yeah, the rose has become kind of a prop for him now. Anyway, back to the topic. Any hot tips? Okay. Have you heard about this one girl? Ooh, tell me. Lately, this girl's been coming to a coffee shop in the area more than before. She's pretty weird. I don't know what her deal is, but she's got bright green hair. Oh, come on! I was so excited to hear about something real. You think you're not real? Wow, that went deep fast. Faster than my career going downhill. Hey, what's with the sudden mood? Yeah, cheer up, girl. Sorry, I'm having mood swings because of the pressure. You'll do just fine. I mean, you're great with the short stories. By the way, why this coffee shop? I spend a lot of my time here, I guess. And then there's this couple that visited the coffee shop yesterday. Ooh. What about them? They're going through a pretty hard time together. You know, different races, different cultures, families don't approve. When I heard their story, I kind of felt their pain. What's happening to them, it happens to a lot of people. It's told in fictional form countless times before. Huh. But it's always an interesting topic to discuss. The regulars here? Nope. The girl visited this place before, if I'm not mistaken. She was with her co-workers or clients, helping her friends sober up, I guess. You gave people coffee to sober up? Of course not. Some folks request coffee, but I recommend against it. They usually end up giving them tea, hot chocolate, or just plain water. I don't know why I'm being deep voice for Caster. Whoops. That's nice of you. I hope they don't get pissed about the wrong order. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Good for you. Anyway, look at the time. It's time for my shift. Yeah, go and do your job, old man. Don't forget to share anything interesting you hear with me. Let's not make this a habit. Can't promise you that. Okay then. See you later, everyone. Take care, Officer Georgie. Later. I think I need to go back to my writing. No offense, but I need to concentrate like crazy, so I'll move to my usual corner. Good luck with the writing. And don't forget to keep yourself hydrated. You too, everybody. Keep yourselves hydrated. I'm trying my best to. Yeah, take this glass of water. You're the best, Caster. You're welcome. Okay, off to the world of imagination I go. Go on. Time passes. That should do for the experiment. Ah, someone is coming. Oh! Ooh. Look at Big Boy with the chest hair. Although the fact that he's cut up to shit has made me fairly concerning. Oh, welcome, Mr. Gala.
Oi. I guess he's got kind of he's a bit more of a cockney lad. Yeah, he's got a bit more gruff voice. Hi, Costa. Can we see it?
Sure thing, sir. This is the place you recommend.
You don't like it?
It's fine.
I know it's not like the coffee shops you're used to in LA, but...
Gala, it's fine. Sorry to interrupt. Do you want to order anything?
Yes. What do you want to drink?
You first.
Okay. Anything with coffee and ginger, please.
Which feels to me like a coffee, a milk and a ginger. I wonder if that turns into anything interesting. Milk ginger coffee. I mean, that feels not amazing. I wonder if we have something more interesting that we can serve with the latte art too. It's very clever.
Bad.
Your order is ready, sir.
Thank you.
I guess it's not the perfect thing that he was looking for, but hey. How about you, sir? Would you like to order? Is it good?
I like it. Not sure if it'll be to your liking.
Okay. I'll have whatever he's having. Okay. I wonder what happens if you go and be like, no, serving you something different. Oh, that works better, actually, weirdly enough. Maybe it's just, it's probably the best latte art I've made yet. 7. Here's your order. Good choice.
Anyway, how's the town treating you so far?
Same old. I was surprised seeing so many changes after just a few years, though.
Yeah, things changed a lot in just 20 years.
Even this coffee shop, I believe this was a bar back then. When did you open this coffee shop? We opened around 6 years ago, Mr. Hyde. My name is Hyde. From what I gathered, you're from LA, right? I am. I used to live here decades ago, though. What brings you back to Seattle? I'm here for work. Probably be here for a few weeks.
He travels a lot.
I see. You two have known each other for a long time, I assume. You could say that.
Yeah, I think we met not so long after you got married, right? It was around the 60s, I believe.
Wow, that was a long time ago. Not for our kind. Wait, if I'm not mistaken, the peace treaty between werewolves and vampires?
Of course.
Was signed in
1865.
So when you gaze, maybe, quite likely. So when you guys said that you met in the 60s, were you talking about the 1860s?
Pause. We met in the 1960s.
We're old by some races' standards, but not that old.
Although, it's still fair to say we haven't seen each other in a long time.
I guess 20 years is a long time. This was the place, wasn't it, where we first met?
Yeah, when it was a bar.
They moved?
Bankrupt.
Ah, such a pity.
Uh-huh.
You're happy the bar closed down? What's with the smile, if you don't mind? Nothing. I was just wondering, will history repeat itself? I certainly hope not.
I've been coming to your place since it first opened. Since the week it first opened. You got something special here. It won't close down anytime soon.
Thank you, Mr. Gala. Speaking of, it's been quite a while since your last visit. Busy at work?
Kinda. With the news about that newfound virus going viral, the hospital has been extremely crowded.
Is the virus that dangerous?
No one is sure about that, but most people who come in are just... I don't want to use this word, but they're just paranoid.
You're still doing the same job in the same hospital? What was it called?
Admission officer. And yes, I'm still a hospital admission officer there.
They should have given you a promotion for your loyalty and long service.
They offered me a managerial position, but I declined. I prefer doing this.
Each to their own. Anyway, I was wondering, do they still sell legal blood at your hospital?
They do. Although people don't need to visit the hospital directly anymore. They can just order through that blood marketplace app. Sure.
Are you talking about Bloodlast? Bloodlast get their supply from the hospital.
They certify blood on their own. They can't certify blood on their own. Only hospitals and the Ministry of Health can do that. They're just middlemen with a lot of sales promos. You use it often?
Not really. I'm trying a new vegan lifestyle, remember? I put milk in that coffee, fam. Okay, but I do know the founder of that startup.
Oh yeah? How's your vegan diet going?
It's not easy, but nothing I can't conquer. Excuse me for asking, by going vegan, does that mean you don't drink blood anymore? Not real blood. Synthetic blood. Synthetic blood? It'd be too complicated to explain. Basically, some scientists are working to make some kind of blood that can satisfy my kind without relying on real blood. Considering real blood has some cultural and health concerns. Does it taste the same? More or less, yeah.
Isn't it expensive?
It is. I can afford it though. But then again, they're still working on it. Trying to make it even more affordable for everyone. Does synthetic blood taste good? If mixed with other ingredients? Why? You want to start selling blood-based drinks? It might attract new customers and turn off others. Fair point. Honestly, I don't even know if mixing it would taste good. Most vampires prefer drinking raw blood, although some do try experimenting with other things. Other things?
Mostly booze. But I know some mix it with not so legal substances.
You know a lot.
I work in a hospital, remember?
Hey, talking about my vegan lifestyle reminded me to ask you something.
About what?
Your monthly fury. I found a less painful method to restrain yourself,
Which is why he's covered in cuts, I guess. Not yet. But I do know it's a drink.
What kind of drink?
A certain combination of ginger and caffeine.
Is that why you ordered coffee with ginger?
Yes, I'm exploring the possibilities. But this drink wasn't the one. Guess there's too much caffeine in the coffee for it to be the remedy.
Interesting.
Side notes to self.
Why don't you use the Fury sedative available on the market.
I don't trust him. Besides, the sedative is too, general. Each of us has our own remedy that we need to find, and sometimes the effectiveness can change as we grow older.
See, this feels much more like an abstract example of diversity issues when applied to fantasy species. This is clearly an issue that cannot be sensibly mapped onto regular humanity in a way that, I can't date my partner because they are an elf and elves are blah blah blah. That's a bit entry level in terms of utilizing fantasy species for those kind of comparisons, but this is a bit more interesting, I think. How effective will this drink be?
Enough to calm me down. That's all I need, to be honest.
At least your calming method is only a drink. I heard that some werewolves need to do kinky stuff to soothe themselves during their fury.
What kind of kinky?
Like BDSM.
Only happens in porn.
Wait, what?
It's famous, but not our kind. You don't have to feel ashamed if you're watching that kind of thing, you know?
Hey, my friend told me about it.
Well, he was pulling your leg.
Damn.
I mean, having sex as a calming method is pretty common.
And then we hit the Valhalla territory, where everybody is low-key horny, or at least very blasé about it.
But normally we stick to vanilla stuff.
Come to think of it, it would be pretty beautiful to... Freudian! It would be pretty brutal doing bondage stuff during the fury.
Exactly.
So, continuing with your story, how far along are you in finding the ingredients for the remedy?
So far, all I know is it involves ginger, and probably something lightly caffeinated. Like tea, maybe?
And I'm out of tea. So ginger tea then, that's fine. You better write that down. You won't want him wreaking havoc in the coffee shop. We don't have any tea today, but the next time you're visiting, maybe I can try brewing the remedy for you.
That would mean a lot. Excuse me for a moment. Sorry, I have to go now. There was an emergency at the hospital.
I think I'll go back now as well. We can share a cab.
All right. Thank you for the drink.
Oh, I'll probably visit this coffee shop again before I go back. So, I'll see you around. Thank you for coming. Take care on your way home. Hey, are you done with your writing for tonight? Kinda. Those two guys kinda reminds me of this video I saw online. Was it BDSM porn? I'd prefer it if you didn't start fantasizing. It's a video of a wolf pup playing with a baby tiger. It's nice to see friendships that grow in unlikely circumstances. That video. What? What video did you think I was talking about? You know. Oh, never mind. I was just joking. Please don't do jokes. You're really bad at it. Anyway, it was a pretty interesting and productive night. But now I need to get some sleep. Yes, please don't forget to get some rest. I'll see you again tomorrow, I assume. Oh, don't you worry. I'll be here tomorrow. Night night. Careful on your way back. Galahad. Ginger chai latte, good to calm yet warm your nerve. I have a feeling Galahad, or is it, I wonder, that was probably what they wanted me to go make, but I don't think I have chai available. I like that half of that is the Witcher logo. It's interesting. Right, I think I need to go and get myself some more water. Normally I do this with another partner on air to kind of break up me speaking for doing a whole bunch of voices for like an hour straight. So I'm going to take a very, very quick break, no longer than a couple minutes, while I go and refresh my water. And I will be right back. Yes, we're back. Hi. Hello. I have additional hydration. I think we're going to go through one more gameplay day of this game and give it a wrap up. I'm enjoying this so far. It's a bit pacier than Valhalla, than finding the conversations. It's one main conversation per day and it runs a little faster. Stop workplace racial profiling, the Orcish Workers Union demands. Yeah, still spelling. I wonder. Despite losing a member, Super Smalls' latest album sold 1 million copies. Blogging is now part of curriculum at some private high schools, which that makes sense actually. It's quite plausible teaching people broadcasting skills at a young age, and media. I would assume that at a high school age now, media studies include stuff like producing YouTube videos and understanding what goes into that, and stuff like streaming. That feels like a very appropriate thing to raise with teenagers. So I don't mind that. That probably is supposed to sound ridiculous, but that actually sounds really plausible. Welcome.
Yo.
A cup of honey milk, please. Right away. Honey milk. I assume there's something in my own. Oh, I have lemons now. And tea. Let's try this. Honey milk. Your honey milk is ready. Thank you. You're welcome. She's cool eyeshadow. Hey, Gus, it seems like there's a cat. Oh my god, she got in with me. Relax, it's okay. Hey, kitty cat. What are you looking for? Want some milk? Oh. Ha 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 ha. It's a nekomimi. Okay, sure. Hi, barista. Yes, I'd love some milk. Holy. You look like you've just seen a ghost. No, I mean... I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. It's a nekomimi. Sure. It's just been a while since I last saw a nekomimi transforming. We rarely do that in public. I guess you don't have that many nekomimi friends. I won't say I have. You folks usually use your feline form to commute, if I'm not mistaken. That's right. Well, commuting as a cat sounds more practical than commuting as a than commuting in a bipedal form. Kind of. Anyway, before we continue, can I have my milk, please? Ah, I'm sorry. What kind of milk do you want? Just milk. No additional stuff or anything? No milk? No milk and nothing else. Milk. Yeah. I guess it's gonna be hot milk. Serve it. Fresh milk for the lady with the pretty smile. Ugh, what thing to say. Thank you. Are you hitting on an underage girl? I was just giving her a compliment. Thank you for your compliment. It's really good. You're welcome. What's a young girl like you doing alone this late? I'm not a young girl. I'm a grown-up who can take care of herself. You don't look like a grown-up. What? I'm 18. Yeah, that's exactly what I'd call too young. Well, I'm not an old lady like you, for sure. Besides, I've been earning a living since I was 13 years old. I think I have a better justified voice now. So, I'm definitely not a kid anymore. How? I'm sure you know. I don't? Oh my, are you... Just say it. If this is something illegal, or if you're in danger, blink twice. Really? With a cute face like mine? Exactly. Seriously, you've never seen me on TV or social media? I don't want to sound like a snob, but I don't watch mainstream media. Snob. Part of the broke but woke movement, I see. You must be the broke part. I don't see you ordering any drinks. What, too broke for a cup of coffee? She's not that great for business, no. No, really. Sometimes I wonder, could this coffee shop survive without me? Coffee shop survive without me? Register high, and she's a higher register still. I don't know, I guess it's more in the delivery that separates these characters apart rather than the vocal profile. What are you waiting for, Grandma? Make your order. Is this some kind of maid cafe experiment or something? So, what do you want to order? The usual. Coffee. I guess with this, the recipes in Valhalla are quite complicated. You need to kind of remember a specific combination of numbers of 5 different ingredients, and they're not real ingredients. So it always kind of handheld you. Even in instances where it's people's regular, they'll still ask for a beer, even though you're supposed to know it's a beer. But in this particular instance, this is only 3 ingredients, and most of them are quite logically connected. I can see them pushing, getting you to remember. Your espresso is ready. As good as usual. Glad you liked it. Wait a minute. You do look familiar. Are you in a pop group? Are you Rachel Florencia? Rachel Florencia. The member of the Super Smiles who just graduated. Ah. Graduation is a K-pop term. Usually when members of a K-pop group get slightly too old for the group's aesthetic, they quote-unquote graduate, which means they are kind of like politely fired so they can continue solo careers. Calling it graduation is very cute, but I do wonder about that kind of process of becoming too old for a role. Uh-huh. You're not a lost cause after all, Grandma. That brings me back to my first question. What the hell are you doing here? Drinking milk? I'm serious. But you can see it with your own eyes, right? I'm really here to drink milk. How come this coffee shop attracts so many weird people? Well, while we do have a lot of unusual customers, this is the first time we've had a famous celebrity visit to drink milk, no less. Achievement unlocked. And I get an achievement unlocked for that. Okay, cool. No, seriously, why are you here? Well, you know, the usual young folks' problems. I had a fight with my father. And so, here I am. I see. But is it okay for a celebrity like you to be out alone this late? Oh, you don't need to worry about me. I turned into a cat. No, I'm really worried. Anyway, what happened? My dad, we got into an argument. He doesn't like my line of work. He always saw my profession as something negative. But I love what I'm doing. What about your mother? What are her thoughts on your career choice? She passed away a few years ago. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It's alright. Your dad know anything about the entertainment industry? He used to work in showbiz decades ago. So yeah, he does know a thing or two. I'm not very good at this accent. I'm pushing myself right now.
Georgie. No, that's the werewolf. He's a smooth soul brother. That kind of voice. Yeah. Good evening, Castor. Good evening, girls I've never met before.
I just saw you yesterday.
Just kidding, Freya. Anyway, Castor,
Yes, officer?
I need something for my sore throat. Can you get a brother a cup of green tea with lemon and honey?
Sure. Tea, lemon, honey, brew. Oh, we do it proper matcha whisking style. That's neat. Aha, cough syrup. I should be making some of that for myself if I'm going to be doing voice acting like this for so long.
Well, well, well. What do we have here?
It's my special cough syrup.
What'd you call it?
Cough syrup?
Of course you do. Let's see whether this drug tastes as good as it smells. Damn, this is great.
How's your day going? Anything out of the ordinary on your patrol? Yeah. Anything interesting today?
Actually, I witnessed something scary on my shift today.
Tell me.
Are you sure you want to hear it?
Yeah?
The scary thing I witnessed was my salary.
Seriously?
Yeah, today is payday. When I checked my ATM during my shift. Such a horrible sight. Other than that and the labor union protest, everything's fine.
How can you say it's fine? We got a young celebrity lurking around by herself.
Ain't that strong proof that this area is safe?
Hers was higher but gravelly. Hey.
Thank you for the drink and the place to sit. I'm going back now.
Oh, thank you for coming. Hope you enjoyed your time.
Uh-huh.
What the hell was that? You just sat there and read.
I'm pretty sure that's pretty normal in a coffee shop. I mean, you always do that when you're here writing.
I guess you're right.
Anyway, where were we? Oh yes. What are you doing here? What are you doing here, young lady? It's pretty late, you know.
I don't have anywhere else to go. And this place looked cozy.
I see. So you basically wanted to go to a bar, but you're underage, right?
How did you know? You can read minds now, old man?
I have a daughter around her age. It's easy to translate what they say. Especially when you have to deal with them every day. I don't know why you're here, but everything's gonna be okay. You can forget all of your problems while you're here.
Dude, you're a cop. It's not his job to take care of someone else's daughter. He is a cop. He is a cop. I have no idea what the line delivery there is. That is exactly his job.
Relax, Fred. Don't be so uptight.
Yeah. This policeman here made me feel much safer already.
You know you're safe.
You know it yourself, Fred. This place is very safe. Right, Officer Georgie?
Of course. This is the safest place around here. Yeah, the endorsement comes with a discount, right?
What? Don't look at me that way. Cop, old man. Act like one.
I deal with crimes and public safety. How should I know how to handle someone else's daughter?
You should know. You're a father yourself.
Oh. Right.
Guys, you know I can hear you, right?
Really? See, Freya, she has good hearing. That should help her protect herself. Anyway, Miss
Rachel,
Rachel, what brings you here?
as I've told the others, I had a fight with my dad. There we go. More valid girl. Why are you laughing?
Me and my daughter fight every day.
Hey, why would you say that?
Because it's true. I've fought a lot with my kids. That's normal. In fact, whenever we finish arguing about something, we become closer as a family.
Huh?
Because when things have calmed down, I learn something about them. And they learn something about me as well, as long as we don't leave things unresolved. And an argument makes everything better.
But it happens so often. Tonight was just one among countless others. He wasn't like this before it happened.
You mean before your solo career?
No, before my mom passed away.
What happens after each fight?
Nothing. We just don't talk about it until another fight starts.
Unresolved problems are dangerous. It ain't easy. But you gotta understand each other better. As much as I hate to admit it, conflict is always the best way to know someone. Even your own blood.
But it was never this bad when Mom was around. She's the only one who understood me.
And she also understood your father. Maybe he and your mom also had arguments, but your mom acted as a mediator between the two of you.
That's possible. Now that Mom's gone, I don't have anyone to act as my guardian.
And your dad, he lost his best negotiator. Wait a second. You said this happened a lot. Why did you run this time? My dog never ran away. Wait, maybe it's because I'm the one who always ran away. Using my job as an excuse.
I can confirm that.
Yeah, I run here a lot. But yeah, I hate to tell you again, you both gotta resolve your issues. Unresolved problems are dangerous. In any relationship.
I can't understand what you're going through, Rachel. I also ran away when I was younger. Are you on good terms with your parents now? I am. When and how did it happen? To be honest, I'm not even sure myself. It just happened. Maybe I should run even farther. I mean, I have my own income. I don't even need to rely on my dad. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. Why? I'm an adult. No adult would ever say I'm an adult.
Just give yourself time to think, Miss Rachel. And try to understand your father's perspective. I'm sure both of you will be able to solve this, like adults. You don't need to rush to a decision.
I'm, not sure about that.
Just take your time. But now I'd recommend you just go home. It's really late. I need to go home as well. I can give you a ride.
But
you need to talk to your father right away. Just go straight to your room. At least knowing you're safe at home will give him some peace. That will allow him to think more clearly about everything.
You're right. You really are a cop, Georgie.
Of course I am. So where'd you live, Miss Rachel?
In the western part of Nekotown. As in, Chinatown? Oh, there's also this, which I super didn't actually look at any point. Maybe I should look through this? I don't know. I guess you unlock new stuff as you talk to people. We are not close friends yet, apparently, even though she is my most regular customer. There's Georgie. The pixel art being done by different people is cute. Robert Kopp. Gala, who we've seen, but hasn't really talked yet, is werewolf. Lua, who's the demoness, or succubus. Oh, okay. She's supposed to have a sultry French accent. I guess I guessed that quite well. Bailey's, who's the hipster illustrator, I think. Who's designer? Sure. Hyde, who is a supermodel, apparently. And Rachel. Nice her. So maybe we get a new story every day. Yeah, we get a new story every day. Okay. This name's Fatima. I wonder. We have maybe. Well, I don't know whether we necessarily have time to go through and do dramatic readings of these. But I was being bothered by the fact that there were a whole bunch of exclamation marks. But hey. In the western part of Neko Town.
Oh, that's quite far.
You're still gonna, like, drive me home, right?
Oh man. Of course I will. Should I drive you home too, Miss Freya?
No, you don't have to. I'm riding my bike.
Are you sure?
100% sure.
Okay, we'll be off then.
Thank you, Castor and Freya. Take care on your way home.
See you around, Castor.
And there they went. Yeah. You can stay longer if you want. Nah, it's fine. I also have to call it a day. How's the writing, by the way? It's getting there. It's nice to hear. I'm juggling a lot of work, though. Barely made my deadlines. I don't know if I can keep this up. When you just come clean, tell your boss about the publishing offer. Who knows, maybe she'll understand. Yeah, right. Great job, Freya. Here, take some money. Go on a vacation and finish a novel. In your dreams. I'm not exactly employee of the month. You never know. You never know, I might end up on the... Blah, blah. You never know, I might end up on the chopping block. Oh, the pressure. I'm sure about one thing, though. This coffee shop has a lot of stories to tell. So yeah, I'll probably be back tomorrow. The door is always open for you. I bet it is. Okay then, take care. Be careful on your way home. And then was the end of day. The Grinch. Green, spicy, and not everyone's cup of tea. Alright. I think there, let's go bring it back to the book club scene. There we go. Hi, hello. Yeah. Oh, that was actually a really interesting time. The vibes of Valhalla in that are very, very strong. But it still manages to kind of stand on its own. It's interesting. I wonder about how well it manages to stick the inclusion of fantasy races as part of the culture within. It still feels a bit tacked on or a bit entry level. The idea that orcs are fighting for workers' rights, or the I can't date him, he's not of my race, is really like tired for a game that was released so recently, because this came out I think last year, if not 2018. With those kind of discussion topics have kind of, you know, we've moved on, I think, a lot. I wonder the value of continuing to kind of explore those topics in a world where things have moved on. I think Valhalla was a bit more provocative in that regard. But anyway, let's wrap things up. At the start of the session, we talked a little bit about the themes we expected to see in the game. And now that we've had our little play session, we can talk about some of the ideas we can take away from this to apply to our work, or thinking about other media critically. I think, you know, even in urban fantasy, settings, using fictional species / races. I still really don't like referring to elves and orcs and stuff as races, but you know, the maximum understanding. To explore social issues should be done with care. With care, you know. They've clearly thought about it. You know, they're like, oh, we want the police officer character, but we also recognise that police officers in scenarios where there are minorities around can not be especially welcome. So maybe we'll make him a black police officer, and then it will take the edge off it. To be at my most uncharitable, you know, they might have just wanted to cast a black character in that role. But the bit where I don't know, this the instance when the graphic designer elf was like, they could never date me, I'm an elf, and I'm like, cool, this white boy is so oppressed, look at him. and that wound me up a little bit, I think. Yeah, I want to play more of the game because I want to see more of this game's writing and see whether it explores these topics that it's putting down and whether it actually manages to like take them to a conclusion that is interesting and not rote. What other ideas are there to take away? I think the naturalistic use of modern topics, usage of discussion topics like memes and K-pop culture. Also interesting, nekomimi is, as far as I understand, a very specific like Japanese yokai thing, but the clearly going for K-pop in terms of representation and how they drew her and talked about graduating. I guess that's a thing that happens in J-pop, but I don't know. She was giving me like Red Velvet vibes. Maybe that's me misreading, but blending those ideas of just nebulously East Asian culture together is also a thing that you have to be like, But usage of discussion topics like memes and K-pop culture can ground an otherwise fantastical piece, or probably date it. What other ideas am I interested in kind of taking away about? I think it's just kind of primarily those two, and I want to talk a little bit about the way the drinks making system, because I quite like the drinks making system. A drinks cooking potion system that is simple to use and intuitive to understand with some real world cooking ability is pretty neat. Which, I think that's the thing that I like more than Valhalla, in that, Valhalla's like esoteric chemicals that you smush together to turn into drinks. Definitely gives the vibe of it being a cyberpunk synthesis thing, but you don't really get too much of an understanding of what these drinks are or feel like unless you go and do a little bit of background research and understand what kind of flavor ideas each of those 5 weirdly named chemicals are supposed to be. But in this, it's way clearer what you're making, what it would taste like, and maybe even a bit of like an inspiration-y kind of thing. I watched him have that honey and lemon green tea, and they're like, I can make honey and lemon green tea, and the whisking of the green tea in the bowl, like traditional East Asian style, is actually really cool. Maybe that's the thing I want to try. That's neat, and that's a nice idea to take away, to inspire you to adapt those bits of food culture in your own life. Is really interesting. I like a lot. So to close out, usually what we do in a lot of in cyberpunk book clubs, we say, what is cyberpunk to this game? And I think in Urban Fantasy Book Club, we talk about what is city life to this game. I guess this is kind of like what kind of like what's the best way of exploring what I have knocking around in my brain about what city life is? This all takes place at night, so these are all, interesting people that are colliding in the night in a really mysterious place. And I wonder. I guess it's the idea that every mundane person has an interesting story. I think it's probably like because even though we are not Freya as the player character, we are our own player character. The way that they use her as the narrative device, and her returning every day and giving her own personal spin on the events that are happening in the cafe, and opening and closing every episode with her, makes her the main character in terms of thrusting the narrative along, and she is specifically a people watcher and pulling out the interesting bits of people watching in the people that she's talking to. So I think the every mundane person has an interesting story is, I think, the city life meaning of this game. And so we have completed another session of Urban Fantasy Book Club for the first time entirely solo, which I am actually faintly proud of myself to be able to do. Being an entertaining individual while just there's nobody else around to kind of dialogue bounce off of is something I'm not super used to. So the fact that we've managed that, I'm happy with that. For those who are watching now or in the distant future or in the past, if you're a time traveler, thank you for tuning in to the Neoncaster Twitch channel. We both do critical discussions of media through Let's Play like this, but we also do a ton of tabletop RPGs. Coming up next week on Saturday at 6 p.m. BST, 1 p.m. Eastern, we have session 3 of Arcana Core. Going and doing some social link stuff in the city of Helingsburg. And then the 2 weekends after that, there is going to be a wide variety of different tabletop RPGs as part of something I am calling Phantom Arts Fest, where I and a number of other GMs who are part of the Phantom Arts Entertainment community each GM a game with different people, but all centered around a theme. And the theme this time is called Nighttime Maneuvers. So that's going to be really, really exciting. I'm really looking forward to my game. I've already been approaching people for it, and I'm also going to be helping to produce the games of the other GMs. So while I'm not acting as a GM or a player in those games, I'm going to be doing my best to make them as shiny and cool, as badass as they can, to show off their talent and skills as GMs and the talent and skills of the players. So look forward to those things. And with that, I think I will see you all anon. Thank you for watching.